At Nissan of Silsbee, did you know that we have a complete service department? Whether you need detailed mechanical work or just a $12.95 oil change, we can handle it for you. And we rent new Nissans. And we rent to everybody. Get a 3-day weekend for just $99 or rent it longer.
And of course, we sell. Get a 2011 Nissan Altima for just $199 per month or get a great deal on a certified pre-owned vehicle.
But best of all, at Nissan of Silsbee, we're making deals the Silsbee way.
J.P. White, SportsSpeak Sports, where we talk sports and a few other things, and happy to have Felix Smith, private investigator, magician, tennis pro, all these good player, and all these. Hello there, Felix. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you, Mr. J.P. White?
I'm great. I'm good. Okay. Well, I understand that you played a little tennis early. When you were how old, young, and where, and what? Tell me about that.
Well, I broke my arm in junior high school, and they wouldn't let me play football, so I started becoming a tennis player. I played all the way through junior high, played all the way through high school. I went to high school at Letcher Stark High School in Orange, Texas.
Where? What? Repeat that. I didn't get that.
Letcher Stark High School in Orange, Texas.
Oh, okay.
After
that, you played some more then, though. But you just jumped big time, though, didn't you, or something?
I played a lot of tournaments. In fact, I played tournament tennis till I was 40 years old. I became a teaching pro then, and I taught tennis for 21 years. I belonged to the United States Professional Tennis Association for 21 years, which means that I went to a lot of conventions and lots of seminars. It taught us how to teach tennis. And I taught locally around the Orange, Beaumont area in Port Arthur, basically. I played all over the state of Texas. There's a big tournament down in Laredo, Texas, first weekend in November every year. And all the good players from Texas and all the good players from Old Mexico come over, and we play there in Laredo. And I was the men's 35 singles and doubles champions for 2 years in a row down there. But I played a lot. And
wait a minute, right here now you said 35. I don't get this. What are you talking about, 35?
Well, I was 35 years old. It's a bracket that you can get into. You don't have to play the 21-year-olds anymore. Actually, all the way up to 35, that's the first bracket. So any
but
tennis
you were playing
player,
with the younger ones then, even, right?
Right. Even the tennis, when you first start, when you play in tennis in tournament, they don't have any brackets till you get to 35, and then you can drop out of playing the 18, 19, 21-year-olds. You can just play 35 and up. Then they have 45, they have 55, they have 65. If you want to continue playing, they have a different bracket for different age players. I played a lot. I went to a lot of conventions, seminars for tennis. We would have one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. We learned how to teach and learn new techniques, and we meet a lot of people. My tennis career spanned a long time. It was a really unique thing. I stayed in good shape all my life, and I'm older now, and I guess I'm reaping some benefits from it. I do have a shoulder problem that my orthopedic surgeon says from serving 2 million tennis balls, but
no, how about that?
But that's what the trade-off for it is pretty good, because the fact that I'm still healthy, I'm not overweight, and I don't play tennis anymore. I am now a golfer.
But some of these people now, tell me about some of these people you ran into and met some.
Yeah, I met a lot of the really well-known people in tennis. I met Billie Jean King. I met Bobby Riggs, different times, not the same time.
Right there. You Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King. I saw something in the news about them playing tennis. Well, tell me about that. Didn't they play tennis?
That was the big tennis extravaganza in the Astrodome, and actually Billie Jean King ended up beating Bobby Riggs in that match. It was well publicized. It was a big deal back then. You know, a lot of it. And she was on top of her game at the time, and he was beginning to put a little age on, but he still thought he could beat her. But
besides Billie Jean King and some of those other players, you've run into some other some other people too that have gone.
Yeah, I met Stan Smith, who played Davis Cup for the United States. I met a lot of well-known tennis instructors that most people would know. Chet, Vic Braden, and Chet Murphy. These were well-known back in my era, some of the best. Also, I played in high school. I used a tennis racket called the Wilson Jack Kramer Autograph. And it was really a unique thing to meet Jack Kramer one day and get my picture taken with him. And I have several pictures taken with Jack Kramer. And I still have the Jack Kramer autograph racket that I played with in high school.
Oh, say.
And I had one of the pictures I took with Jack Kramer before he passed away. I had it blown up and cut out to fit inside the strings of the racket. So it's hanging on the wall in my office. So when you come in there, you'll see the old Jack Kramer autograph with a picture of myself and Jack Kramer in it.
You said something about teaching. It looks like from this right here, is this your teacher certificate?
Well, that shows that I was in the United States Professional Tennis Association, which is the largest association of tennis instructors in the world. That was my 20-year service certificate. I actually taught one more year after that, so then I retired from teaching tennis after 21 years. And
I want to know, I'm going to ask you something about your philosophy of life in a minute here, but first off, I want to ask you, can you tell us something unusual or an interesting little story about your teaching experience?
Well, the most unusual and kind of a unique thing, and it's somewhat entertaining, was in tennis we have a national tennis rating program. And I went in one of the seminars, took classes to become certified in rating people with a national tennis rating program. Numbers from 1 to 7, 1 being the least experienced, 7 being probably you're playing pros. So there was a country club that commissioned me to come out there one day, and I think there was like 7 or 8, 9, 10 ladies from the country club there, and I put them through certain drills and I rated them as to the national tennis rating program. And so they would know if one of them was a 2.5, then they could have a really good match with a 2 or a 3 rated person. But if you got over that, you might, if one of them was a 2.5 and they were playing a 4.5, then they were going to be quite outmatched. But the funny part of it was I was in one of the local grocery stores about a week later, and I was walking down the aisle, and I saw this lady that had taken this seminar from me, and I had rated her. And I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And she looked at me and she says, "Do I know you?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm Felix Smith. I'm the tennis pro that rated you with the National Tennis Rating Program." She said, "Oh, you look so different with your clothes on." And this was right there in the store. Several people walking by. I thought, well, of course, she was speaking of the fact that I had on my tennis shorts and shirt, when I did the seminar. And that was kind of comical. It was one of the funny things that happened to it.
How about golf? Do you do any golfing?
I started playing golf at 50.
What do you mean, shooting 50?
Well, yeah, on front nine maybe. But yeah, I did start. And actually, the first time I played, I think I shot 101. I never shot another 100. I'm a single-digit handicapper golfer now, and of course, I'm 71 years old also. So I mean, but 2 days ago, I did shoot I shot my age for the first time. I shot a 71 2 days ago. So
oh, great, great. Was there anything in the wild story you want to tell me about playing golf?
Yeah. I don't really have any funny stories other than the fact that I'm able to still play at my age. That's pretty funny. I like to play golf. I try to play 3 times a week now because I have so many other things that I'm doing in my life. And, I'm just really enjoying my later years of life. I don't like to think of them as twilight, even though they are. But, yeah, they're definitely, things are different as you get older. But they're still fun. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm still kind of on top of my game. Actually, I'm playing the best golf I ever played in my life. So,
by the way, did your wife play some golf? I know she told me something about the horse situation.
No, She and I raised racehorses for 21 years, but no, she does not play golf. She cares nothing about it.
I know you got to elaborate here just a little bit about the wife and the horse racing. What do you mean horse racing? Tell me something about that. Explain that to me.
Well, we raised horses, thoroughbred racehorses, for 21 years. And that's a sport in itself. They call it the sport of kings because they were the only ones that could afford it. But we did well because we didn't try to outreach what we knew and what we could do. So we had a ranch and we just bred horses, foaled them out, and sold the babies. We didn't actually per se race the horse itself. We would sell it to someone else. Louisiana has a breeders program that's set up that 2 cents out of every dollar that's bet goes to the Louisiana Thoroughbred Breeders Association, which they fund this, and they have a breeders program. So when one of our babies would get up big enough to run, whenever it would win, we would make like 22% of whatever that it won. Saying you didn't own it, you had no expenses at that point. Our expenses were raising it, getting it up to an age where we could market the horse.
Hey, you want to tell me something about philosophy of life that we can use, something?
You mean because I'm old?
No, just because you're a smart man. I know you're very intelligent.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. There'd be some people who would probably differ with you, but philosophy on life. You know what? In my life, I guess I cherish integrity and honesty. I was raised that way. I think I never have to worry about what I told someone because I always told them the truth. So that truth's always easy to remember. Sure, I've probably done things I didn't wish I wouldn't have done, but overall in my life, I've done so many things and had such a good time in life. And, you know, I've been married to Carolyn, my wife, now for going on 32 years. And we've really had a good life. We've done a lot of things together. I've done a lot of things for sure. You know, I could say I went to, I played tennis all over, played at all the conventions. And then about 9 years ago, I became a magician. I do magic professionally.
J.P. White here with Felix Smith on a mighty fine interview. We talk sports and a few other things. See you again next time.
Mitchell Lawn Supply in Evadale, Highway 96 South. 36 years of professional service and superior work. Mitchell Lawn Supply, your certified steel dealer with a full line of steel parts and accessories. No job's too big or too small. They've got tools for everything. Mitchell Lawn Supply, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. till 5:30, Saturday, 7 till noon. Be sure to check out their line of guns and their complete gun shop, as well as all the ammunition you'll need for whatever you're hunting. Mitchell Lawn Supply, Evadale. SportsSpeak Golf Cars and Motorbikes, Highway 327 West in Silsbee, has a sophisticated, street-legal Tony Lamborghini golf cart, 6-seaters, 4-seaters, customized trailers, LaFree electric bikes, manual pedal bikes, and a motorized Velo Solex, tires, wheels, trolleys, and accessories for club car and E-Z-Go. SportsSpeak Golf Cars and Motorbikes, Highway 327 West in Silsbee. Call them at 385-3838.